Okay, yeah, today we're going to be playing, I guess, looking at some Would You Rathers. I'm going to give my opinion. So, would you rather only have one hand or one leg? This one I thought about for just a minute, just because I had it up before I started. I think you got to have both of your hands, right? Like, that's the method to go with. I think having one leg, like, you can still do tons of stuff. I think having both of your hands is way too important, so I'd rather only have one leg for sure. All right. Communicate with your past self for 5 minutes a day or your future self. I mean, if you choose future, or I think about it, I think that would just mess things up because you're getting that much like information from your future self. It'll alter how you live your life, and I think it's more important to live your life not knowing anything than knowing what's going to happen and trying, even if it's subconsciously, like trying to fit to match what you know it's going to happen. So probably my past self, even though then they would be talking to their future self. Okay, that's pretty fair. Vomit every time you see the color brown or have to sneeze 10 times whenever you are touched. I don't want either of those to happen. Yo, well, that should be an option because what the heck? I feel like the color brown is more unavoidable because like cardboard and everything. And it depends on what you count as brown. But I feel like brown is coming up multiple times every day and you can just ask people not to touch you. And sneezing isn't as bad as vomiting. So I'm going with that one. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Be famous when you're alive and forgotten when you die, or be unknown when you're alive but famous after you die. I mean, what are we saying is unknown though? Like you keep to yourself and no one knows you, like at all. You don't even have like close friends or anything. I guess it's not like super detailed. But if it's saying like completely unknown, that's not worth. And famous after you die. I mean, at least you're gonna like your name is gonna continue on. But being famous can be tough. I'll go with be unknown. Be a super villain or hero. Ooh, I mean, it depends on what universe we're talking about. Because, like, Invincible, the heroes are getting the rocks beaten out of them all the time, every episode. But, like, I wouldn't want to do crazy, horrendous things. I don't want to be like an anti hero. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll go with superhero, though. That'd be tough. Okay. Good amount of people are trying to be villains, though. Stay isolated for the rest of your life or no privacy. Isolated, it wouldn't be like the white isolation chambers, would it be like the white rooms and stuff? Because people go insane in theirs. I think in there, I mean, being isolated, I think just leads to crazy mental problems. I don't know, but no privacy, is that like 24/7? You got what? I mean, would it be being streamed maybe like Truman Show? Because that'd be kind of weird. But then you're like talking to people the whole time. Mm. And I would rather have it be Truman Show actually than have it be like there's always people right next to you trying to talk to you too. Like if I could have silence sometimes, just anyone could watch me, I guess I would be okay with that. I'd rather do that than be isolated. Really? I think it means isolated completely by yourself, which I don't know why anyone would be wanting to do that. Scream loudly while you're asleep or be blind and death for the first 30 minutes after waking up. Be blind and deaf. If it's only for 30 minutes, I'm just gonna lay in bed for 30 minutes. I do that anyway. Actually, yeah, that's easy. That's how I work. Be an elder sibling or younger. I mean, I'm both right now. Don't have a preference. Probably older, I guess. I actually know younger because my older sibling drives me around and everything. Have your spouse picked for you or have your permanent career picked for you? I think spouse is more important. I feel like you can deal with a bad career if it's picked for you, but dealing with a bad spouse, like a bad wife, no. Live in a world without internet or without music. If you're living in a world without music, or I mean internet, aren't you living without music? Hmm. I mean, there's still like record players and CDs, I guess, but like Apple Music would be gone. And I don't know if I'm trying to live without Apple Music, but I gotta live with some music. So yeah, I'm doing internet. Be able to clone anyone's voice for yourself, or be able to clone anyone's face? Is it only the face? Like, would the body be completely off? Like, would it be my body? I guess it only says face, so it'd have to be, yeah. I feel like voice you can make a career out of because you can copy anyone's voice. Like, you could get so much money off that. So I'll go for that. I didn't check the percentage. Be able to predict the actions of others or be able to influence them. Be able to predict or influence. I feel like influence could get too messy because like then everyone's doing what you want them to, and then it like gets rid of free will. But predict, then you just like you're gonna know what happens, so then that can influence your actions. So I'll predict. Have someone die when you touch them. Have someone die when you make eye contact with them. Okay, it's not saying anyone. It's saying someone. So I'm assuming it's like one person. But is it the next person? Is it if it's ooh, I feel like eye contact is too hard to avoid. You can avoid touching someone, especially if it's in your control. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Get $100 million right now, or get 3 wishes. Um, oh yeah. I wish for $1 billion. I wish for another $1 billion, and I wish for another $1 billion. How much more is that? 30 times as much. Man, what do I do? I think I'm gonna have to go with 100 mil. Yeah, I think that's just the safer option. Never be able to play any game again, or never be able to watch or stream anything again. Oh, it's YouTube too. Never watch YouTube again. Never watch Netflix. Here's the thing though, with games, there are games with beautiful stories, right? That playing through them is like such an amazing experience. Red Dead Redemption 2, um, Expedition 33, the Fallout games, right? However, you can watch gameplays of them on YouTube, but not playing it is a completely different experience. But you also get so many other shows and YouTube. I think YouTube alone makes it worth it because there's so much to do off YouTube. But games, that's like no game at all. Mm, this one's low key one of the harder ones, and it's not even that serious. I'm going. Mm, yo, this is mad hard. I'm going never. I'll go never play. Never play. Only be able to play Fortnite or Minecraft. Okay, Fortnite, great game. Minecraft, you can do so much more stuff on it. So I'll go Minecraft, yeah. Act on Broadway, act in movies. That'd be tough. Not Broadway, because that's like, is that not singing and dancing and stuff? Never see an animal ever again. Have a 70% chance of getting attacked by any animal. That's way too high odds. That's more than 1 in 3, or 2 in 3. I mean, 2 in 3. That's almost 3 out of 4. Yeah, 3 out of 4 animals that see you are gonna try and maul you. That's not worth. Yeah. Okay, none of those were too hard. Nothing got me too stuck up on. That was good though. Working out my brain a little bit. There were good would you rather's too. I liked everything that came up. Nothing was like, what even is that? They should be a little more clear with what they're saying though. That was my one gripe. All right.